Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly episode 21st August 2018. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
I'm Weihan.
Faustina here.
This week, we talk about Facebook launching new creative shop to help brands convert images to videos, but it's not as direct as you may think. WhatsApp chats will no longer take up space in your Google Drive. Yay! But there are things that you need to do to prepare for it.
And Android only?
It's only available on Android.
Whatever.
Google will still track and store your whereabouts even if you ask it not to. There was a woman that used Tinder to invite dozens of men for a mass date.
Could I learn something from here?
It may
Oh
work,
my goodness.
but she went through a great length, so we'll talk about that soon. As social media addiction increases, so are sales of dumb phones.
Welcome Nokia.
So back to our stories. Facebook launches new creative shop to help brands convert images to videos. Facebook recently announced that they have put together a new process that lets brands convert images to simple videos. So I saw the video and this is how it looked like. Say for example, if you have an image, right? You have a subject, you have something else in the middle and something at the back. What it does is it actually splits it into three parts, and then it gives it a parallax effect where the back doesn't move or the middle doesn't move, but the back and the front actually moves a little bit. So it's considered very simple video works. But what Facebook is trying to do is they're trying to promote and encourage people to share more videos instead of just still
Share more moving
images.
kind of
No,
Yeah,
this
moving-
3-layer
moving
thing like
images.
reminds me of those artworks, like 3 different glass panels.
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
like do something like some background. Then
Then
Is
it
it
gives you
something
more
like
depth.
Brad when your recent post? The one he Sailor Moon transformation one. Is it that one?
That is not
Our friend.
parallax. Parallax is. How do I?
You know-
How do I?
You know, parallax is like in your phone,
Uh-huh.
in your iPhone, you have a parallax effect where when you move the phone, right, tilt the phone, the icons move but the background doesn't move, or the background moves but the icon doesn't move. Do you have a parallax effect turned on? Can you go into your?
How? Hey Siri. How to use parallax?
Oh my God.
he just earned his 1 minute again.
ELAX.
Not relax. Parallax. How
Chinese.
to use parallax?
Chinese.
Parallax.
Okay,
I found this on the web.
Okay, bye.
okay, let's move on.
We will show you later.
So there is a problem in the sense that Facebook did not say how this can be done. The people at social media today suspects that Facebook has actually set up a team of people who will make this happen manually, which means that this, for the first time, is not an app or a tool, but actually a service. According to Fast Company as well, the Facebook Creative Shop is a team of more than 250 creatives that help marketers and agencies create brand campaigns for Facebook. So
Ooh.
this is big because for the first time, Facebook is actually developing a new business model or platform where they start to provide services instead of just
Algorithms.
algorithms, AI,
A social media
platform that steal from everybody. This could be. It looks like they are creating a more, what is that called?
A more humanized business.
A more
lah.
humanized, a more holistic environment where you help the brands create campaigns for Facebook. And let's say it would be nice if they don't charge the brands an off price, but tell them if you pay, if you come up with a 20,000 USD budget, we will do this for you as well. So it all goes into it.
Bao ka liao.
So basically, these people are the production team to help us.
Yeah, there will be a production team doing that. But this will also, I think, only be available to rich, big companies.
Let's be a crazy rich Asians.
Have you guys watched it?
I haven't watched it. Have you guys watched
I
it?
want to
No,
watch.
I want to watch.
But Henry Golding is in it, so
Who's Henry? Oh,
Oh my goodness.
you have no idea who's
I
Henry
don't know
Golding.
which.
Henry Golding is our local celebrity.
Sorry, I only know Goldilocks.
Goldilocks. So yeah, so which still means that as marketers, big majority of brands still cannot afford the creative shop, which is
Sad to say. Oh well, next. WhatsApp chats will no longer take up space in your Google Drive.
Yay.
So if only you're an Android, WhatsApp backs up all your chats on Google Drive. Previously, all the chat's content will take up your Google Drive's allocated. What?
allocated 15
Allocated
gigabytes.
15 gigabytes. But they just announced that this will no longer be the case. In the near future, all WhatsApp backups will not count into your Google Drive space, which means you can now store more at no cost to your allocated space. This will come in effect in November 12, 2018, according
very
to
specific
TechCrunch.
Yeah.
At this time, WhatsApp will delete content by people who have not updated it over a year. So, just for safety measures, please everybody, update your backups one round so WhatsApp don't delete them. So have you backed up yet, Rehan?
I have too many haters that message me, so I don't care.
One of them is you.
No.
I set my backup for every week, so I'm fine.
Mine's automated though. Like every day there's a backup going on.
Okay. I think
Wait,
you
so
can-
you all can back up without the wire one?
Yeah. You just
Over
need
the
Wi-Fi.
air.
Oh.
I still
Which
use
century? Which century?
I still use Via. Sorry, I use thumb drive. Yeah.
Might as well you say a drive that a CD.
LCD.
You know what's worse?
What?
Floppy disk.
Oh my god. Please insert this 2 of 13.
Okay, must press. But yeah, also you all use like that one.
So if you have done a backup in less than a year, WhatsApp will not, Google Drive will not delete the content of your backup. But if you have not backed up in over a year, which means that let's say you have a backup number that you use for your scandals and stuff like that you have not backed up, so all those content will be deleted.
You just reminded me I should back up all my contacts punya number after I lose it again.
The context number has nothing to do with WhatsApp.
Oh yeah.
Context number.
Oh my god!
Google Contacts.
Hello.
Google Contacts, yeah. So and then what happens is from November 12th onwards.
That's a very specific date.
Yeah, well, that's
I was like,
2018.
that was as per reports by TechCrunch that they will actually this is actually part of Google's initiative to move everything to this new name called Google One, where they will integrate all your storage with Gmail, Google Drive, and Google Photos into one allocation. And for WhatsApp, that allocation will not be counted in your 15 gigabytes. And this only works with Android because iPhones, you can only back up your WhatsApp content onto iCloud, which iCloud buys from Google Drive, but you don't get a Google Drive because it's not Google Drive and it's iCloud.
That's so ironic.
That
That is so ironic. It's
so
like
drama.
do iOS get the option to back up in Google Drive?
No, you can't. So you don't get to choose. We don't get to choose where we back up our device.
So Google
if you're
gets to
on
choose.
Android, you can only back it up in Google Drive. If you're in, I think Android, you can back it up in Google Drive and Dropbox. I don't remember. But for iOS, you can back it up only in iCloud.
Yeah.
So if you were to switch from an Android device to an iOS, you cannot bring your backup over through the device.
This shows again Apple is quite stubborn.
Well, they're having this internal fight with Android
Cold.
but iCloud
versus
is
Android.
from Google Drive. I'm like, huh?
Then Google
Yeah.
Drive is the middle person.
Yeah,
Like
so
Samze.
they actually this is actually for security because WhatsApp doesn't have their own server that stores all our chats.
Yeah.
Like for example, let's say Messenger, right? If you use Messenger, you can use Messenger in any device logged into your Messenger account, and all your communication will appear there because Facebook stores all your information. It's centralized in their server. But WhatsApp doesn't do this because they don't want to keep your stuff, and your content is actually encrypted end to end, which means that you only have one copy which is backed up in the allocated. But it would be nice if we get to choose where we want to back up our content, right?
But I don't
True.
back up lah. Because
But you know what's the funny story always about WhatsApp
What?
chat, especially groups? Like people start sending your ugly pictures. then okay, this is side story lah. So then I
Your
open up.
story.
Yeah, then I
You mean
open
your
up
personal
Google
story?
because I automate my Google Photos.
Oh,
sync.
to sync all
After
your.
1 year, then I send. Like, where you get the picture?
So it means all of JK's ugly picture that I screenshot is
It's,
in your.
it's not only his. But yeah, I have like. So that's why Nicholas' pictures always appear because of me.
So
You have
whoever
a lot
is
of
friends
storage,
with Wei Han, you be careful.
Make sure you kick Wei Han out of the group chat. lah.
Too
Damn.
bad.
Let's take a moment off to do an advertisement. They tell you that selling on Lazada is easy as ABC. But they didn't say how complicated it becomes when you start selling.
Namaste.
Okay.
And games to play in order to just be seen by potential buyers on this massive marketplace.
Lah. I cannot already. She's dying already.
At Virtual Peddlers, we experiment on ourselves and learn firsthand how it's done before we help our clients out. VP Commerce is an experimental platform where we sell products on Lazada and learn the game at the same time. Search for VP Commerce at Lazada, and do we still get a 10% discount?
Yes.
Okay, lah, take lah.
Still get a 10% discount on all our products today until the end of August.
Yeah.
You knew my apps is sore, right?
No, I don't know. Namaste.
Namaste.
Next story, please.
Okay, next up, Google has recently been asked to enable a feature which disable location tracking for user. Now it seems that even the feature is turned off, Google is still like your ex
Me.
that stalks you. And they still stores them. The problem is when the location tracking feature is off, it only disable one program and not the system wide. So it's like
Mangkok.
Mangkuk. So turning off location tracking for Google will render Google completely useless. Everything from maps, weather reports, searches all rely on knowing where you are. But having all our locations saved in history is another matter altogether.
It's scary though.
You know
if you're a
there's-
stalker.
You know that they say there's a good way to find out if your significant other is cheating on you.
Dun, dun,
Get to
dun.
get to that person's mobile device, right? Find a way to find the history of all the locations, and then you see exactly where
What
they
location?
have been.
Google.com location or Google.
Google, I think it's
Google Maps.
Google Maps
is track no mytracking.google.com or something like that.
Oh my
It's- there is a URL for it. So what it does is it actually pulls up all the locations you have been.
But if you have to go to
Scary.
that extent, you might as well break up with the person.
Yeah,
lah.
That is true.
Don't waste time lah.
That is true. It's one thing if that person is cheating on you, but it's another completely different thing if you're getting all paranoid about all this. kind of
Yeah.
Then you imagine every day you do Google search, you might as well work for Google.
I used to have a friend that actually cracked into the person's phone to check all the
my
message
goodness.
because he studied
That
computer
is so
science.
scary.
You need a life. No, okay, you can write in the resume. I cracked before my ex punya phone. This is hard already.
The worst thing is the ex punya email is on his server.
Uh-huh.
So all the saving
Oh
thing
my
is
God.
he said, oh, by the way, X, you still have outstanding bill that you haven't paid. I'm like, that's quite scary.
It's such a
That is-
stalker, man.
So anyway, back to Google's story. So Google recently has been asked to disable this feature for auto tracking, location-based stuff.
Yeah.
So which Google happily provided. But the
Yeah.
problem is that
It's only one
of
software.
all the apps that you have, that Google has, almost every single one has location tracking.
Yeah.
Because Google runs on location-based
Yeah.
system. If Google does not know where your location is, it cannot feed you the information you want. The news doesn't come in, the weather report doesn't come in, Google Maps doesn't work, recommendations don't
Yeah.
work. So if you turn it off, you only turn it off at one place, and the other places will still have tracking.
So that means, let's say if you have like maybe 10 Google apps on your phone lah. And the only app you had that you enable them to access your location is Maps. But the rest all you put deny. So that means the other apps also still can.
No, they can't.
Oh.
But what if I disable
But-
all?
If you disable all, then all gets disabled. But you have to disable all.
But it's very inconvenient
Yeah,
lah.
lor,
They
it's
say,
like-
I want eat chili pan mee near my place.
Don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So there
Can't
is
find location.
there is a problem because I have to admit I love Google tracking me because I like to
He
know.
likes to be stalked.
No, it's not being
He already
stalked
a lot of
because
stalker, you know.
because
So much stalkers, yeah.
I'm rolling my eyes so hard now. So because why? Because I want to know. I want Google to feed me recommendations, restaurants nearby, what to do, what's the weather like, the news, and if I travel to another country, Google automatically gives me a little bar in the Google Now card
Suggestion.
that says, "Welcome to this country. Here's how you say good morning in that language." And then there is even a little bar that helps you convert currency without using an external app.
That
So
is
it's
so cool.
actually very, very convenient, and it also has another card that shows you all the tourist attraction areas in that place. And you click on that, right? They will open it up, the location, tell you where to go, what are the peak hours, how much it costs you, how to get there by public transport. So it's actually very, very convenient.
The
Not
fact that-
being stalked.
The fact that I don't know this means I didn't go out for a very long time.
No, actually the fact that you don't know this means
We
because
should-
you are on
Apple.
Apple.
Apple flip. Flip apple.
Time to throw this phone.
cannot, no money now.
So yeah, but there is a problem though. I'm okay with the tracking,
Yeah.
but I'm not okay with storing all the history.
Yeah.
Because why would Google need so much of our location histories?
To understand you better as a customer.
Consumer.
Profiling you.
Profile
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
where I go every day, the fact that I go from here to Mid
Like
Valley
mirror
to Gardens,
you.
to Mid Valley to come to go home, the fact that you go to that chicken rice shop every single afternoon from
Every day
12:30
you
to
also
2
know.
o'clock.
They'll study
It
your
kind of
pattern.
reminds me of Waze. Like, I put on Waze in the morning if I'm not sure where I'm going. No, I mean, not sure how to get to the destination.
Not sure.
So it's automated.
Then you says, where would you like to go? I don't know, suggest me a place.
Surprise me. Okay.
So it's like
I'm
because
feeling
it's so
lucky.
routine already. It's so routine that I go to the gym from my house
Yeah.
first and then go to work. So Waze like, oh, you want to go to
Where do you
work
gym?
now? Huh?
Where do you gym?
House of Champions.
Oh, right.
Okay lah, not
Because
too bad.
it's nearer to my house and work. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's like automated. Oh, you want to go to the gym? Then they question. Then they like have a little button there. Go.
Yeah, they
So I'm
studied
like,
our.
huh.
So it actually tracks your routine, which is,
Quite scary.
to me, it's fine. I don't mind it.
It's
really
convenient,
because-
but I find it quite
yeah,
scary.
because I don't. Surprisingly, I'm okay with Google getting my information, but I'm not okay with Facebook. getting
Yeah,
my
lor.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Why so double standard one?
Because
You trust Google more?
no, because to me, I trust Google because Google has always held this kind of they have this motto in their company. It says "Do no evil."
Okay.
So everything they do is they try to be as ethical as possible. They try to be as, but Facebook just don't give two damn.
They
about
are
you.
a bit more
They
business
really
Yeah, a bit
minded.
more profit
They really don't
generating.
care about you.
Google still keeping the reputation.
They
good.
Yeah.
I think they build a lot of things that help people. Like the other day, I was finding an app for her to learn Chinese. Then I found that
Can you please not announce the whole world?
I found out that
banana.
I found out that they have an app that teaches you English. That you every day they will there's a notification to ask you to read it. Like you have a card, have a task to complete. This word means what and how to pronounce it. They always initiate projects like that. They actually, in fact, that you go to Google's website. There's a whole list of projects that they
Yeah,
have been
they
doing.
do. They have a lot of these things.
It's I'm actually quite
Quite good. Ah.
Quite impressed
inspired,
with.
So
Yeah.
once you finish already, you got certification.
Google Chinese father.
Chinese translation certification.
But
the cool thing was previously, right, Google used to have this really amazing feature, but very, very scary.
Yeah.
Is that Google reads, the Gmail reads your content. So it's not a person reading it, they say it's a computer reading it. What it does is, let's say for example, if you get an email from Malaysia Airlines confirming your flight, Google extracts that information, puts it in the calendar, and then will notify you, you have a flight when and when, tomorrow at what time, flight number, and they will tell you if your flight is on schedule or delayed. They will pull information from.
So you don't have to manually
That
do it
is
yourself.
You don't have to go and track
really
yourself. Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
It's
So it's
convenient.
very, very convenient, but because of all that privacy thing, they removed this feature altogether.
Ah.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of the whole location thing about it reminds me of Google Street View. Like
Okay, just go to people's house and see where
Yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
laundry.
but then there's I think there was some YouTube video whereby people doing certain things on public
and
No, sometimes they would actually follow the Google car and do it in front
Oh
of
my
you.
god.
Yeah.
Okay, just to be famous.
I don't know, just for fun, just to troll them. Then there was another feature by Google as well, was that let's say, you know how sometimes you are supposed to, let's say if you, I don't know if it works with bank's tag number, but if let's say you have a security verification number, if you want to log into something, then this software or program or site asks for security verification that it will send through the SMS, right? What Android used to be able to do is, it used to be able to automatically read the phone number verification and automatically key in for you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cannot.
yeah.
It was an amazing trick, but it was very scary, but it was also a damn amazing trick.
Correct. It's quite scary lah.
But
Yeah.
lately, I think Google has been storing apps, password.
Apps password?
But app's password has always been something
Like
that
even banks.
that is if you allow it to
Yeah.
store. Yeah.
I
If you
noticed
allow
that.
it to store, because they have this password storage things, kind of like LastPass,
Yeah.
password manager they call
Yeah.
it, that Google has.
Correct.
I disabled mine.
Yeah.
I rather remember it here than.
Giving Google.
I will have,
Certain things
I
are
have a
maybe
few-
not bank lah.
I use LastPass. LastPass is a password manager where I remember one very complicated password to get into LastPass, and in that LastPass, every single one of my account has automatically generated high security random stuff. Because even if you remember, right, no matter how good your memory is, if you were to put all your passwords in a sheet of paper, right, there is a common denominator one. There is a way, there is a logic to it.
Yeah, so,
So,
this is why it's like
Yeah, so if that person figures out the logic, right, that person will be able to figure out every single password that you create.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
lah.
That's how
dangerous.
hacking works, ma. It's scanning through possibility. It's just
Yeah.
that the system scan very fast.
Just like last time how I cracked my father's TMNet in your password. Just like
Birthday,
and it
card
then sometimes he key in right. So I'll like look at the side like okay, got what alphabet you press. Today is the L. Okay, today remember L. Tomorrow is the I. Oh, remember I.
Walao.
Then I combine the word together. This makes sense. So I do. Free, you need internet last time.
Okay, let's talk about Tinder.
Right. So, woman used Tinder to invite dozens of men for a mass date.
One is not enough.
Ironically, I'm reading this. This happened in New York, where a woman used Tinder to invite a few dozens of men for a mass date on a Sunday afternoon. She has been working on this for over a few weeks, inviting men to Union Square. The lady prepared a stage, a DJ, and cameras.
No kidding, you know. She was
It's like event organizing,
and
man.
She even had security guards.
Holy
she even
shit.
had bouncers following her.
Calling that event a cross between The Bachelorette and Catfish.
This is like some Paris Hilton shit. My next BFF.
She said that getting people out on dates is difficult. Okay, so she decides to bring all the men out on one giant date and have them all compete for her. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Then she started sending
Macam Paris Hilton.
men away based on her filters. Oh, this sounds familiar. Trump supporters get to go. Oh. Heavy smokers and drinkers too. short people were also sent away.
Bye, Edison. Hi,
Then
Edison, I still love you.
Then she started sprinting. She started a sprinting and push-up competition. Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like she's turning everything into like a Spartan game.
Yeah, but it kind of reminded me of a video I shared before. Like this Asian girl, she finds it so difficult to find a boyfriend for herself. So like the media company asked her to be the person.
Oh, in the middle. And
And then she had her phone and everything, so
Whoever
that there
that's-
were like a few young men sitting around her, and then
Texting her, is it?
texting lah, like how you use on Tinder. So like it was a group chat and everything. Then slowly, one by one, filter out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Those who smoke, you may leave now.
Yeah.
Those who
Those who
may
don't
leave.
party, leave.
Yeah, those kind of
Something like that lah. But
I
filtration.
think this is a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
I
who's
think
this?
so.
This is
Oh,
this
who
is
is
just
she?
But for who?
I don't
For
know.
herself?
For
For
her,
Tinder?
for herself.
I mean, like, whoa! You have a stage, you have a DJ, you have cameras, you have bouncers.
Maybe the next thing Tinder will actually think, this is a great idea.
Let's create an event.
it could be by Tinder. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh yeah, because Tinder. Hello.
Tinder.
It's a bit too
Yeah, but it's
speedy lah.
not like speed
Not
dating.
even-
like
it's not
you get
even a
equal
date.
number of
Yeah.
both genders. It's just
But
like
it's not
all for one.
Yeah, it's like not even a date.
I
It's
think I remember one of the dating show, the guy that won is a serial killer.
Who?
If I'm not mistaken, I remember reading it.
Seriously?
Serial
Yeah.
killer. Why
Did
is
you
he
read
on
it or was
show?
it a movie?
It's a real thing.
It's a series
No, I mean,
Bachelor.
I
No,
think
no, no,
the
like
Bachelor-
the Bachelor kind of like real dating.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm so googling this up now. This is so
Woman
amazing.
use-
Technically, like Wei Han's googling it.
Got lah.
Sean's googling it. I don't know. The Bachelorette. Ooh.
I remember something I think like that.
Ronnie Alcala
So it could
murdered
be
at
a
least
different one.
7 women across California and New York, becoming one of the most notorious serial killers of the 20th century, right? But while most serial killers operate in the shadows, Alcala preferred the spotlight.
Oh
He
my
became an
God.
unlikely winner of ABC's long-running game show, The Dating Game, where he successfully charmed a young lady on television in front of millions of viewers while in the middle of a prolific killing spree.
Well.
If a serial killer can get a girlfriend,
Yeah,
No,
the
not-
thing is that
People-
I remember wrongly. I just remember there's a serial killer thing. I was like, wow.
well,
so
love is blind.
so yeah,
Wow.
this one she might.
Yeah.
So he was in the middle of a killing spree,
Yeah.
and then he goes on a dating game.
He really someone.
Oh my god,
wait,
this
what?
guy is multi-talented. This guy is multi-talented.
You
But-
the man.
well, it kind of proves why he's successful at his serial killing thing.
Yeah,
Because he's
his profession.
charming.
Yeah, he's charming. Alright, next up.
Okay.
Is it mine? Okay.
Yes.
It's
As
yours.
social media addiction increases, so are sales of dumb phones.
What's dumb phones?
Dumb phones are phones that are not smart.
Literally. so literal.
New York Post reported that the sales of dumb phones are growing as people get desperate on curbing social media addiction. This is a huge problem. And big companies like Google, Facebook, and Apple realized it when they recently announced measures to track hours spent online as well. So data actually shows that Malaysians spend about 9 hours a day on Facebook itself,
That's
not even including other platforms like Instagram, WeChat, and Snapchat. This is crazy because Malaysians spend, I think, the most on Facebook per day in the world.
Malaysian
Yes,
Damn.
Malaysians. Either number 1 or damn near close to it. So yeah, Malaysia boleh.
Yay, we rang.
So
That shows that what people do at work.
yeah, and it's not weekends, it's every day.
That's why we our schedule post is always like
Always on always on weekends.
Every weekend times. Every
So-
time, working times.
Question now is, do we admit that we are all addicted to social media?
Okay,
Yes.
I admit,
I admit I'm
Yeah.
addicted.
guilty as charged.
it's not only for work.
And will we consider replacing our phones to curb this problem?
No, I cannot.
I will give it a try.
Okay,
I'll
you'll
give
give it a
it a
try.
I think our last 30 minutes.
I'll give it a try.
Okay, this is what I used to do, which I stopped doing for the past few years because I started VP and I didn't have time for it. So previously, when I was employed, I would take for one time per year, I would take 1 week off to go to the beach, any beach at all, right?
No signal.
And have a digital detox trip, which means that throughout the entire trip, the only digital device I have would probably be my reading device, like Kindle or iPad, without internet connection, so no connection to the rest of the world.
So it means you download all your books in it.
Yeah, download the books,
Standby.
and I will not be connected to social media, and I will not bring my phone. There was a few years when I actually didn't even bring my watch out,
Or your smart.
so not even any watch. So
don't want to see
the only way for me to get time is to ask someone.
Oh, I thought take
Time.
the stick and put in the dinner. see the This is 3 p.m.
I would not be surprised if you can actually do that.
So well, actually, counting like looking at the time using a sundial is it's different based on where you are one, because at different parts of the world, right, further away from the equator you are, at 12 o'clock, right, you won't get it directly down. But if you are very close to the equator, you put it down, at 12 o'clock, right, there is no shadow.
0.
Yeah, no shadow. So the further away,
It's a ghost stick. Because there's no shadow.
what's it? Oh my god.
I think I just roll my eye to another dimension maybe.
I'm like,
Okay.
I want to participate in your madness, but I decided not to. So yeah, so let's say if we were to all pick up a cheap phone, like the new Nokia 3310, you sell one for about $300 each, right? You get that, you can use it, I think you can WhatsApp with it, you can text with it, you can't Facebook, you cannot social media with it at all.
You just give me a business model. We sell dumb phones.
But there are already people doing it.
Social media detox.
Yeah,
I
we
still
name
have-
it social media detox device.
I still have like,
MDD.
oh my god.
Like it come with a package, then it's like maybe we beside it we put a book.
A pen. You need to write a journal.
Or a few 20-cent coins.
Why? For what?
Use public phone to make calls.
Oh my god.
If there are
Still active public phone.
I actually only saw one near
Do
my
you-
housing area.
Okay, there was one day, this was quite embarrassing. Okay, there was one time me and a few friends went to the museum. And in front of the museum, there was a public phone.
Uh-huh.
And we were taking pictures with it. Like we were literally taking pictures
Just
with
take
it.
picture.
Using it, take picture, everything. And there was a guy waiting to actually use the public phone. So then it hit us, right? It's like, okay, this thing is still functional. There are people still using it and they're treating it like some ancient device.
Like Insta worthy picture. Take picture with all the the 大喇叭, the LCD.
The gramophone.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I still have my
that's quite
first
embarrassing.
Nokia phone with me, and it's still working.
I think mine is in the house.
Nokia, this is your time to come back.
No, but they have.
They have.
They already
What you
released
talking?
two
But I mean,
Wait,
it's-
one
the
phone models.
intention is to detox social media or to sell the phone?
They want to sell the phone,
They're wrong with you?
but the problem is the thing is that nobody ever knew why they wanted to sell the phone. Because they
Yeah.
just came out with it
Yeah.
last year. There is this new 3310. Let me show
Phone.
you. Yeah.
They brought it.
actually
I remember
don't really
I
like
seen
it.
it
This
before.
one?
Yeah, they brought
This
it back
one's-
Yeah.
for like
Right?
39.
And people are actually buying them for the let's say foreign workers, maids or everything, just so that they can use to connect and not use social media. But at this point of time, it feels as if it's getting more relevant because there's a camera, there's micro SD card,
It kind of looks me.
2G, GSM,
2G.
yeah, internal memory, 32 kilobytes.
Kilobytes. I think one group chat already active. Please delete message.
But my concern is how durable it is, because the old Nokia 3310 you drop 100 times also.
No. There's always the meme. You drop the floor
The
breaks.
floor will break,
I
yeah.
think it looks unbreakable lah.
and it supports FM radio, MP3 player with 3D sound, 3D sound,
3D
video player, sound recorder, file manager. You have a Java game. I think
the
it's
snake, and the
You will
spaceship.
have alarm,
miss that
calendar,
game.
calculator, task, and a flashlight.
Flashlight. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 199. It's 199.
No, you can get it for 39 ringgit now.
Then the second
in
one.
Shopee Mall.
Yeah.
Pretty
This
impressive.
is not a sponsored post.
No, this is not a sponsor.
But you can choose to sponsor us anyway.
Yes.
Hi,
Oh
Shopee.
wait. They have an amazing color. Metal rose gold.
Where?
So Apple.
Yeah, exactly right.
Metal rose gold.
Oh no!
My God.
No,
Who says you can't have one that looks like that? This is how it looks like.
Yeah, we have to
Alright.
run it.
We are having to.
My God.
Ew.
Got space black or not?
Space black. No lah. There's a grey lah, but it's not space grey.
Yellow. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
Interesting.
There's a messaging.
I think I will be like, after 10 minutes, I'll be like, oh, my finger is so pain from pressing the number.
Do you
Oh
know
my
that, do you know that when
God.
I started driving, when we were still using these phones, and I could actually drive and text.
Yeah.
I could
Ah,
just
yeah.
drive and I could just text like this.
Wow.
Yeah, we cannot. We
Yeah.
had this skill
Yes.
before.
And there used to be a competition.
Yeah, Maxis.
called-
I think it's
They
Maxis.
call
Wait,
it
wait.
They call it Speedmaster.
Yeah.
I think so. So, we did it in Taylor's. We actually went to. So actually it was in a classroom, right? And then everybody would sit in the classroom with their phones. You use your own phones,
Oh,
right?
that's what the event was about.
And the phones have to be approved by, of course, the moderators and everything. So then they will write the word out,
Then you have to text.
and you will type. The first one finish, you ding the bell, and then you win that round.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought first one to hit
Before
send.
we proceed, please do not text and drive.
Yeah, please don't text and drive. Not now.
Do not follow these people's punya examples.
If you're on 3310, then you can.
What? Why?
Because nobody would buy 3310.
Text and drive.
So it's safe. It's safe to promote that because nobody would buy
Yeah.
3310.
I remember we do have that skill before.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like,
should be
I
so good at
actually
it.
know where is A,
Yes.
what number,
And
what
I know
number
how
time.
to send to a person without even knowing, looking at it. I'll just like down 20 times. Okay,
and
that's
press.
the name.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We have the ability to summarize word because
Yes,
you know that
because
okay
we have
X.
So now you need to buy this people now.
you can only send one message in 60 words.
Because it's how many characters per SMS?
I think 60 or 120. I remember.
120
60.
words per character.
Words.
120
Oh,
words.
words. Yeah.
Sorry, character.
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 Yeah.
Remember, I have to delete. How to make it shorter?
Yeah.
Those were the
Don't
days.
text and drive.
Nowadays, kids cannot understand this feeling.
Yeah, I mean like even if the TV like at the back like macam
If
kotak.
if I were to get a dumb phone, I would get the Motorola Razr.
Oh, okay.
That is a classic. I love that phone. Yeah, it's so thin and it looks like a Star Trek.
Yeah.
That is for me the hands down the best phone
And
ever
you
made.
can throw.
And you
It's
just-
not a boomerang, bro.
That's what the advertisement write. What? Razor sharp.
Oh really?
Yeah, the
Oh, okay.
advertisement. You can cut the hair.
Alright, so do you have anything else?
No. Does Rehan have anything for us today?
Just a simple one for businesses that has website. You might want to consider having an analytics to analyze your audience because I've been exploring quite in depth lately, and then
Wait, what analytics?
Google Analytics.
Thank you.
Google Analytics, because it'll be quite surprising what your audience uses, the kind of terms and the kind of query to search for your business. Because I have an example that whereby this company sell blinds, but surprisingly there are a lot of curtains audience that seems to drive them there. So we came up with strategy of how directing the curtains audience
Community to the blinds community.
yeah,
What
so
adds to
so
pull
that
out?
can be
Okay.
that always can be a very strategic thing to do. So you might want to consider looking at it, because what you think your audience act might not be the actual case.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually true for everything, for
Yeah.
ads, for all that,
Yeah.
because we all always believe that we know our target audience,
Yeah.
we know our customers, but actually we may
don't
not,
know.
right? So the best thing to do is do tests
Yeah.
Maybe
and
see
do
them.
keyword planning.
Yeah.
So we find out things and then just test them out, and you'll be surprised sometimes
Yeah.
things that you don't know
Yeah.
is true. Is actually true.
And to add on why digital marketers are a bit slightly different, it's because we analyze data than just posting, you know.
Yeah.
We analyze data, we study the data, then we strategize according to that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
more than
Hypothesis.
just content.
yeah, so
It's not a 1 + 1 equals to 2 thing.
Yeah,
It's a,
yeah.
1 + 1 equals to X
Because
minus Z minus
because you eventually you are dealing with people
very
you
complicated.
are unique in I would say unique in their own way. So
That's such a nice way to say people are weird.
It's so cute.
so yeah,
I feel special now.
have a look at it. It will help your business out. But in any case, we are here to assist you, so you can engage us also.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
nice plug. All right, so that's all for this week. Social Media Weekly episode 21st August 2018. My name is Sean.
I'm JK.
I'm Weihan.
Pastina.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.